Hey, what's going on, guys? ScoreBounds here. In this video we're gonna finally work on the Maiden scores within our transposition table. So again guys, probably takes me for about starting from 10 years to understand how in particular these scores are calculated. So I'm not gonna be acting like I'm understanding what exactly am I doing. I would rather just provide you a code that I know that it works, for 100% sure it works, provide you some materials I did manage to gather from the community members while torturing them on Talk Chess forum, and try to bring some very basic dumb CodeMonkeyKing's understanding, like how I understand. So I have even saved this text file which contains the reply from Sven Schul from Talk Chess forum. So the very brilliancy of this entire post is highlighted here. So like the question is simple, like why the hell do we need to adjust Maiden scores when we're storing them into a transposition table? Well, from the previous video you probably remember that when there was a king and rook endgame, so king and rook versus king, Anjan didn't manage to mate, and he didn't manage to mate because of the lack of this transposition table Maiden scores being handled correctly. So the essential information, so why the hell to store them basically, yeah? So the essential information you want to store shall be independent from the actual path from root to Q means current position. It shall only reflect the distance from the current node, Q, this is the current node, where you store the score, to P, which is the position the terminal node of the forced Maiden variation. And when I read this, I understand this. When I read all this stuff, I also understand this. When I stop reading this stuff, I stop understanding this. So that's CodeMonkeyKing nature here. Sorry guys, I can't do nothing to this. So I'll try to read this within the next 10 years. So maybe I will become a little bit smarter. Really hope that would be happening. Anyway, so here is the very essential calculation of the scores. So the very dumb understanding is, well, I just need to walk through these constants also. So I will try to explain this how I can when I will just embed this code into the BBC source, and then finally we'll try to test this in the GUI again, and hopefully would start actually mating the opponent with in the king and rook endgame and in other endgames as well. So without further ado, let's actually start. So the very first thing, so these numbers, I just want to define a few constants. So probably the very first thing to consider, so right hash entry, okay. So the very first, well, I just want to define a couple of constants. So let's go to the Nigimax search first. So here we are comparing, so we're returning this minus 49 thousandths plus ply, where ply is the distance to the mate. So this is the score that we're supposed to be adjusting before storing this into the hash table in order to make it independent from the actual path from root to current position. I wish I could understand this deeply than it's now, but this is the idea. So just like a monkey, I just repeat this again. So this is the score we're supposed to be storing into our hash table. But we can't do this directly, we can't take it directly, but instead we need to store it independently from the actual path from root to current position. Okay, probably just repeat this 10 more times to understand it better. I'm telling this for my own self, not to you guys. Okay, anyway, and there is a name for this constant. I didn't yet use the name, so just use this constant, but it's much easier to give it a name. So this constant is known as the MateValue, and we'll define this. So MateValue. While this constant, so this one is 49 thousandths and this one is 48 thousandths. So this one, well, we will be calling this a mate score. It's not really a mate score. It's more like a lower bound of the mate score. I would say like this. But just to give you an idea. So the Maiden scores would be within this bound from well, for if the negative numbers, like for in this case the Maiden scores would be from minus 49 thousandths to minus 48 thousandths, and the same for the positive numbers as well. So let's start with actually defining these constants first, just to make it a little bit more clear at the very beginning of the search here. So I want to define MateValue, and this would be 49 thousandths, and I also want to define mate score, and this would be thousandths. So here I just say that these are the score bounds. These are the score bounds for the range of the mating scores. So well, let's make a multi-line commentaries here currently. So let's consider like minus, well, and also, you know, like I would probably like to define this infinity and minus infinity in order to avoid getting confused with an alpha beta. So that would be a good idea. So define infinity. This would be 50 thousandths. Okay. So here is the layout. So I just want to say that this is the score layout. So these are the scores, yeah, the score layout. So make it like something like this. So we have the minus infinity, then we have the range of the range between MateValue and up to the mate score. So this is the bound. Well, again, like it's better to call this not the mate score but the lower Maiden score bound, but I just call it mate score. And then we have well, let's say like normal score, normal I mean like non-mating score. And then we have again now it's positive, so mate score, then MateValue, again positive. Oh, sorry, these guys are negative, obviously. Well, let's make it like this. So mate score, well, just let's keep it just score. So mate score, MateValue, and finally plus infinity. So this number, so this is minus 50 thousandths, minus 49 thousandths, minus 48 thousandths. This is the score range for normal mode for non-mating scores. So now this is plus 48 thousandths, plus 49 thousandths, plus 50 thousandths. And assuming the fail hard framework, we're not ever to exceed the bounds of -infinity and +infinity. So that's just to bear in mind. Just trying to find a proper place for this score layout, or just make this bounce right here below. I think this is better. Okay, so well, in this case I'll probably even, yeah, okay, so let's make it like this. Okay, and now I would like to actually replace all the constants with this stuff. So let's search for 50 thousandths everywhere it occurs in our game. So here I would like, well, so let's start compiling to make sure that I'm not breaking anything. So make debug, and so am I really search Maiden scores? Okay, and if it compiles, run the BBC. Okay, and let's go to, well, let's go to debugging mode, but let's just not doing anything now. Here, just printing the board. Okay, perfect. So find this 50 thousandths. So here, infinity. So I want to replace this with infinity. Save. Okay, so no more this 50 thousandths in the code. Okay, now let's search for this 49 thousandths, and this is the MateValue. So by saying MateValue, I mean if we have this like MateValue without apply, this means that currently the mate is on the board. If we have this minus MateValue plus apply, we have like Maiden 1, Maiden 2, and so on and so on. And I'm not sure how exactly this is done. We'll need to tell the GUI that we found Maiden some place. Well, most likely this would be somewhere here. I still need to figure out how to do this. Okay, so MateValue. Okay, and this value is not yet, well, this is not taken into account, is not available anywhere else. Okay, perfect. So let's compile and run again. Okay, good. So now let's go to store hash entry. Oh, sorry, not store, it's called write hash entry. Okay, here. So before storing the score that we pass into our write hash entry, we need to adjust it, and the way to do it is shown here. So when we write, so just copy this and paste. So in case for the negative scores, you remember like when we return this, we say like minus 48 thousandths plus, well, actually I need to change this to mate score. Okay, just to make sure it still compiles and runs. Okay, perfect. So again, like I call it mate score, but this is kind of the lower bound of the Maiden scores. So what this means, so score is less than this minus mate score. So this means that we're talking about the score that is available within about from mated value minus 49 thousandths and up to this mate score, which is minus 48 thousandths. So whatever score relies within that interval is the maiden score. So that's the idea. So in this case, usually what we do here, so this score, if we don't do anything to it, it's kind of like equal to, well, let's say like minus 49 thousandths, let's say plus 2, right? And say, so, and this would be equal to, oh my god, 49, I need to take a calculator. Oh man, my mind will now explode. 998. I guess this is it, right? Just minus. It should be. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so exhausted for today. Just need to check anything. So minus 49,000 plus 2. Okay, perfect. So this is the number. Okay, and so this is the score before we did something to this. So if our current ply, well, let's assume that current ply is equal to, well, let's say, well, let's make it actually a bit more. So let's make it 3, or let's make it 4, and make this like, oh my god. Okay. Plus 2, 6. Okay. Yeah, this is it. So and current ply would be equal to 2. So after this operation, so score minus ply, score equals score minus ply, it would be minus 49,996 minus 2, and this would be equal to minus 49,994, just to make sure that it would be like this, minus 2. Oh what have I done? Yeah, 998. Is it? Okay. When I'm starting these calculations, oh my god, I feel completely confused and lost. So this is the initial score, and we subtract this to ply, so subtract the current ply, and so again, okay, just want to make this from scratch, so because this is really confusing. So minus 49,996, and we need to say minus 2 minus 49998. Okay. So now this value that we did obtain here, this is what they call independent from actual path from root to current position. Oh my god, I wish I could understand this better, but when we want to achieve this result, this is how it's done. Okay, so just want to give you an idea, like how the code correlates to this explanations. Also, the calculations are explained here in great details by Sven Scholl. So I highly encourage you guys to read this if you want to understand this. I'm reading this. I did read this really lots of time at this moment, and I would be doing this even more. Well, anyway, so I hope this is kind of quite pretty clear. So just to pick up. Copy, just to bring a cool commentary here by Sven. Let's say score independent from the actual path from root to current position. Is this like that? Current node. Yeah, node or position, this is fine. Okay, from root position let's say from root node or position to current node or position. So this seems to be the most accurate commentary ever. Okay, and within our right hash entry we don't need to do anything else, so we did adjust our score, and then we're storing this adjusted score. Now when it comes to read hash entry, it's getting a little bit more complicated. The only thing, I will reuse these commentaries. So right over in here, but not store, but we want to retrieve. Did I spell retrieve correctly? Oh my god, I hope so. So the very first thing to consider, we need to initialize, well actually we want to, it's better to say extract stored score from transposition table entry. This is how it's done. So I'll create the integer called score here, and this score would be equal to hash entry score. Paste, and now here we want to return our score, and every time we're comparing the score, we would be comparing this adjusted score. So this is important. Say so again. So defining the score. Now here we'll adjust this, and okay, hash flash exact, and return the score, return the adjusted score, and comparing the adjusted score with alpha, and comparing the adjusted score with beta. Okay, so now when we read, oh my god, I need to make sure that when I write, so less minus 48 minus ply, less minus ply greater positive score plus equals ply, greater positive score plus equals ply. Okay, so and here so doing literally the same in the opposite order. So retrieve score independent from the actual path from root node position to current node. Oh, from root node to current node. So it's kind of like no matter how we get here, right? You know, like the more times I read this, the more insights I'm getting. This is so fascinating. Okay, and again, I will use this mate score instead of 48,000, so mate score. So again, like, please don't swap them. So mate score and MateValue. So mate score means 48,000, MateValue means 49,000. Save. Let's again search for MateValue to make sure it's in a proper place. Okay, so well, this seems to be actually it, guys. So read transposition, read man hash, sorry, read hash. So okay, so initializing the score, just need to put a semicolon here, then adjusting it back, so doing what we done here but in opposite direction. So here when it was less than minus mate score, we did minus equals ply, and here when it less, we do plus equal ply, so just restoring them kind of back. Okay, so well, hopefully I really hope it will compile and run. Okay, now I hold my breath and try to go to the release mode, and let's compile it for release with the optimizations and search, and try to check the Maiden Whoa, Pedro. Oh man, 2 o'clock in the morning. Pedro is writing. Man, deep respect to you. This is so cool. Check Maiden 1, 2. Yeah, I just read this later on. Probably Pedro found some other bugs in my chess engine, so I'll have even more work to do. Okay, guys, so let's go for yeah, let's run arena, and hopefully to see that, well, it would be good to start with the position where it has just exchanged okay, so from this position. Okay, and I just want to adjust the path to the engine executable, so it would now be Maiden scores open. Okay. Oh my god, guys, and I hold my breath. Well, another issue that I don't understand, why it takes like 98 megabytes when I have only 4 megabytes transposition table. This is really strange to me. I have no idea. Maybe because, by the way, I'm just wondering, maybe it didn't close some previous versions. No, it's the only one. So this is another mystery. Why so many memory here? I'm not using dynamic memory allocation. So where it takes this memory from? It's a bit strange. Well, anyway, so hold my breath and try to actually play. Okay, now it's starting to bring the king to this king, which is good. Yeah, this is a good sign. So most likely it would try to mate. It would try to mate. Well, I would put the rook here as a human. Well, but he knows this better. Well, depth 31, not that bad at all. Okay, bringing the king in. Okay. So, okay. Seems like following the endgame table basis, but with the berry search. Okay, this weird arena feature. Man, guys, if somebody who's developing arena would ever watch my videos, please make a feature to disable this automatic resignation. Please make this feature, or if somebody knows how to do this outside of the tournament, please let me know, because this is so annoying. So okay, let's copy to FEN, start a new game, and get position from FEN and keep playing from here. So just a wait and move. Okay. Okay. Another wait and move, and now he mates. Just perfect. Just perfect. Oh, okay, thank God. Now the maiden score is working nicely. So I just want to make one more test here. Positions. Levels. No. Set up. I want to set up the position. So I've been playing around with this end game. So to mate, to promote a pawn and to mate with king and queen, this would be faster compared to the queen and rook. Okay, so now it should be just pushing the pawn. So the white king cuts the black king from the past pawn, which is really great. Well, assuming that we have this kind of pretty solid depth. So now let's see, are we following the table basis? Black resigns. Oh man, this annoys me so much. So copy FEN to clipboard and get it from clipboard, and let's go. Maiden 6. Okay. Maiden 5. Okay, brings the king. Yeah, thank God. It seems like it's gonna mate really. Okay. King e6. Oh man, you're kidding me. Mate him. Mate him. Okay. Okay, perfect. Well, okay guys, so congratulations. We now have a working chess engine finally. That doesn't really need to reinitialize transposition table every time, every new search, but do it just once per game. And also it's capable of mating with the transposition table being enabled, which is also a good news. So this is already something. Now you are free to you were free to test this versus other engines a long time ago, but still, like, now you can actually try to make it plain versus TCP. Most likely it would be draws, because I don't yet handle the threefold repetitions, so it's not the actual results. But anyway, now at least it is playing reasonable chess again. By saying reasonable, I mean capable of mating the opponent. Well, okay guys, so this is it from my side. Yeah, I will now read some commentaries from Pedro, and then I don't know, it's time to sleep. It's a long time ago time to sleep, but I'm too excited to get a sleep now. So hope to see you in the next videos guys. Until that time, and take care.